independent video studio, People's House presents Internet Video Project. Let me talk. New York, Brooklyn, Brighton, the capital of Russian immigration. End of August, beginning of September 2016. According to the calendar, it is fall, but the thermometer is bursting from the heat. On usually crowded streets, no rare passers-by. And only in the shade of the trees you can find peace and repose. But it is not so quietly in the square of the residential complex Oceana. Everyone is counting the weeks and days leading up to the day when will be decided the fate of America. Moms and dads, grandmothers and grandfathers, corporate executives and small business, working people and the unemployed, government benefit recipients. In short, the electorate. Everyone is deciding who will become the next president of the United States. Hillary or Donald? Clinton or Trump? Sometimes passion boils over.
Последнее время средства массовой информации
Recently, the media, radio and television
очень часто
often declare the idea
что русские
that the Russian Americans
все будут
en masse will vote for Trump. Arnold MALIEVSKIY, writer.
Мы решили проверить это утверждение.
We decided to test this claim, maybe refute it, or it can be clarified, or perhaps to find some facts, against or for. That is why we walked along the main street of Russian immigration, Brighton, and decided to ask friends and strangers, our former compatriots, is it true? Well, I would say so. For me, both candidates for the presidency are not very nice, but from two evils, such banality, one chooses the lesser one. I received in internet an article of some professor. I liked it very much. He says that the main threat to humanity right now, it is radical Islam. And Mrs. Clinton is very indifferent toward the Islam. One cannot say that she loves it, but all her actions indicate that she is, so to say, flexible under Islam. And her closest helper and counselor, Huma, is from the family of Islamist radicals, and Hillary's circle of contacts is associated with that environment. I don't divide people on Muslims and non-Muslims, good and bad, but the general trend is that the world is in danger of invasion and orders of radical Islamists. Therefore, Trump, for me, who opposes the Islamization of the world, as well as against many things that I do not support, Trump to me is more attractive figure. I am not talking about how is well-known mendacity of Mrs. Clinton and her husband, and the facts that we learn about their fund in which 10% of the money goes to the business and 90% to enrich the Clinton family. That is the opposite correlation of the distribution of funds which must be in such public funds. Her health also provokes alarm. I have seen how she was almost pulled on the porch of the house by 3 men. In general, the family scandals and adventures for me are very repellent. As for Trump, his bragging, some narcissism alarmed me at first. But firstly, it is a man of action. He erected a lot of buildings. He is a serious businessman, and I have never heard that he was sued for the use of labor of illegal workers. In addition, by chance, I met a woman who had worked for him. She told me that in communicating with their employees, he is very polite, courteous. That means that by communication with the common people, his bragging is completely absent. He did not disdain the first to say hello, to hold the door, skip forward before himself. You will not brag every day. It is very important, I think, the position which he brings against illegal immigration, for example. Well, I don't know if he will do that Mexican wall or not. At least his intentions are obvious. Regarding the situation of the poor, I think that Mrs. Clinton will increase the number of poor, consumers of different benefits, and Trump will create jobs for them. He knows how. About taxes, it is necessary to simplify the system. I once tried to penetrate into it, but one can go mad from these taxes. It is necessary to simplify them drastically, because so as it is simply impossible. I am not a lawyer. I was an immigration consultant, but for more than 20 years I have been doing this. And if I, say, would be at the head of the immigration department, I would have quickly realized that this sham marriages and other tricks in obtaining political asylum. I am not a specialist for political asylum, but there is often a positive solution, as if sucked from the finger. I hope the government will create a tougher Trump system and do many useful things for America, because the whole country just descends. If you elect Mrs. Clinton, it will be suicide. As for the relations of Trump and Putin, well, I think it's pre-election idle talking. We remember how Barack Obama and President Medvedev left alone after some conference at the microphone accidentally being not switched off. Obama said that he could be more flexible after the election. In the sense, help me. I don't think Trump will stoop to have any doubtful case with Putin. Well, which relations are today by Obama and Putin? A dominance of loafers in all state structures, great amount. I came in the case of a financial department of New York City. In my name letter S, a whole hall, about 70 people should sit. So instead of 70 people, there were in the hall only 15. And those, as I looked, played something, played patience. My problems I could not solve during 1 year, sending them all sorts of laws and evidences they had to know. Well, we solved my case with their boss in 1 hour that we have solved the whole year. To get out from this ugliness, as it is now, we must have hard Trump conservator. I am not against the democracy, but today our country is in the critical stage.
Что мне бы выбрасывать слово на ветер, чтобы от слов перейти нам к делам. Дайте сказать нам и дайте ответить, дайте о жизни задуматься нам. Делает слово, как прежде, погоду. Дайте сказать всем, кто были не мы. Если мы выжили там без свободы, здесь полный голос сказать мы должны. Дайте сказать, дайте сказать, дайте сказать нам, дайте. Дайте сказать, дайте сказать, дайте сказать нам, дайте. Вместе прорвем мы молчание плотину, воздух свободы все перевернет. В дружную должен схватиться общину русской Америки, вольный народ. Пусть включены будут все микрофоны, голос народа пора услыхать. Дайте по совести и по закону, дайте нам правду с экрана сказать. Дайте сказать, дайте сказать, дайте сказать, дайте. Дайте сказать, дайте сказать, дайте сказать нам, 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 дайте.
Let us to say it, let us to say, let us to say you frankly. Let us to say, let us to say, let us to say you frankly.